Hey there, Pokefans. Welcome back to a brand new video. My name is Matt, and this is Season 7, where we climb the rank ladder using a team that we built from scratch. We've already achieved our hitting the master rank, so I'll just go ahead and get into my announcements before we get into our 5 matches for today. Until the end of the month, so July, we will only be hosting 5 days a week. You guys will be seeing Pokemon content 5 matches every single time, Monday through Friday. I would like to post on Saturdays and or Sundays, but we have a new project in the works. It's a podcast where my friends and I talk about games that we've played, and this is not just video games, but card games. And we have some information about Pokemon. We have some talks about what potential teams could be making the rounds in Regulation D. But the thing is that I don't know when to release said podcast. We have a name, we've got a general direction of where we want to go, and we even have a timeline of when we'd like to record. So it's a bi-weekly podcast, so you get 1 episode every 2 weeks. We're gonna try to make it more, but part of Saturdays and Sundays is seeing the people that are within the podcast and recording at a time where it is good for everybody. So Saturdays we usually go hang out with 2 out of the 4 people in the spot, so half the cast pretty much, and we do not have a controlled room, so we have to wait till our festivities is over, then come home and then film the hour-long podcast, and then that gets edited down by me, and then it gets thrown up on the YouTube channel, which you guys will see here. The reason why it's bi-weekly is because of the fact that sometimes we're in person and sometimes we're not. We're most likely going to film these when we're not in person, and that is why it's bi-weekly instead of weekly. I would like to have it the weekly, but with everyone's times being different, it's kind of hard to schedule. So with all of our times in mind, it's best fit for bi-weekly for right now. But if everyone's time gets freed up, then we might throw out an extra video here or there. Now, the season 1 of this show is going to be preferably the end of the year. So we're about the 3rd week of June. We should film on Saturday on the 17th, and you guys will be able to see the first one July 1st, if not the 24th of June. So what I would like to do is have a bi-weekly series and talk about Pokemon stuff, card game stuff, future projects that we're working on, and just kind of going on that and having like a deep dive discussion. And hopefully you guys will enjoy that. And season 1 will go until the end of the year. So all the way till the final week of December, hopefully. If it means that we end 1 week early or we end on like 1st of January for the new year, that's where that will end. And then we will discuss if we want to do a season 2 or if we change up the times and stuff like that. So it's going to be like a new learning thing for everyone. So please keep in mind that certain things will not be correct right away, but we will work towards having a good resolution and quality for you guys. Because as a film person myself, I pride on having some things good, and then others, it's, you know, if it's good enough, I'm okay with, but I'm a little bit more of a perfectionist, so I try to do the best that I can. So with that all out of the way, we will go ahead and get started for today's matches. Happy Thursday, everyone, and the week is almost over. So let's get right into it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are here and ready to go. We've got Rotom Heat, Voltorb, Gardevoir, Breloom, Braviary, and Persian. Okay. I kind of want to ask them if they're trying to get the master rank on Pokemon that have the master rank. I don't know. It's really, really weird seeing a composition like this. Like, Breloom is good. It still has Mach Punch. It's a priority move. Gardevoir is tanky and very supportive. The fastest Pokemon on the team is obviously Electrode. Rotom, Heat, and Braviary can hit really, really hard. And then Persian, I'm not really sure what Persian does. I think it has Fake Out, but not 100%. But we're going to bring in our Torkoal Jumpluff. Not Jumpluff, but Fluttermane. We're also going to bring in Qianpao and Great Tusk. I think that's going to be the thing. I don't think Braviary gets Tailwind. I'm not sure, but this could be something that a lot of people are now looking to use, because I mean, why not, right? If it can counter a lot of what's out there right now, I don't see why no one would wouldn't want to. But we got Electrode and Persian against my Torkoal and Fraudomain. Let's turn on Drought. Get Photosynthesis activated with the speed heightened to make our 309. We're gonna go ahead and get started with Eruption. I mean, it's Fake Out. It would probably go into the Torkoal. Let's Protect on Torkoal then. And we'll Moonblast into the Electrode. In case if it was Fake Out, because you can't do Fake Out against Fluttermane. Persian does the Fake Out, and it is against the Torkoal. Okay, good. Moonblast right into the Electrode. We'll bring it down to its sash. So are you... Mirror Coat. Ow! What does Mirror Coat do? Interesting. We'll bring in Chien-Pao now. Sword of Ruin. Okay. Well, now gonna overheat. Use that on Electrode, and we will now Sacred Sword into Persian. Mirror Coat. Is that a reflection of everything that they just took for the turn, or is that just hits really, really, really hard? I'll have to look that up. As they're deciding on what to do. Electro Ball goes right into Chien-Pao. Sacred Sword right into the Persian, and we'll knock it out. Thank you. Now, Electro Ball didn't do so much because it's a difference on speed. And here comes the Overheat right into that slot. Mirror Coat. Oh. Interesting. So Mirror Coat does double the damage that they had just received. And another thing to note, the speed priority to that is -5. So it's on the same par as Trick Room. So automatically they will move last regardless of speed. Interesting. Okay. Alright, Gardevoir and Braviary. Interesting. Okay. We're gonna Headlong Rush. What is that best? I mean, I do hit the Braviary. Yeah, we're gonna Headlong Rush just so that we could focus on the 1 damage percentile, and then we'll hit Braviary with an Ice move. I don't think Braviary is gonna outspeed us. I don't think Acrobatics does that. They'll go for the Tear Up. Is it Gardevoir or Braviary? Braviary. Okay, we're just gonna bring them up real quick on Cerebi. So Defiant, Sheer Force, and Keen Eye. So he doesn't really have anything to put us in danger with that. Aerial Ace, never misses. Oh, it changed it to Steel, so that's not going to hurt as much. Oh, Great Tusk goes down from the Brave Bird. Okay. Now Torkoal gets to come out. And this might be the ending for him. Because even at just the Overheat Protect. Oh, I get Sacred Sword. Never mind. There you go. Sacred Sword into the Braviary. Knock it right on out of here. Don't need to look at the Hisuian forms. Okay, so Acrobatics isn't control speed. It just does more damage if no one's holding an item. Alrighty, and our second match is ready to go. We've got Garganacl, Gengar, Azumarill, Gothitelle, Altaria, and Golden-Go. Okay, so this team, I already hate one of them. It's Garganacl, the man, the myth, the tank, the wall that I can't for some reason surpass is right there. Okay, so what do we do here? What is the best course of action? How do we deal with this particular team? We could hit Garganacl with Terra whatever, but I don't think it's going to do a whole lot. So instead, I think I'm going to load up with the Great Tusk still. Start off with a really strong spot. If they do open up with Garganacl, it would make a lot of sense to if they did. Jump Bluff for the sleep support. Oh wait, well, sleep support doesn't really help on him, but it does help on everyone else, so that's gonna be cool. And then Flutter Mane in the back just in case, because I don't like Azumarill's physical, but is that gonna really make a whole lot of difference? Besides, Chien-Pao is gonna be weak against Azumarill. Gyarados could be a good switch-in partner, but I didn't bring him in. I think the majority of the team is special attackers, except for maybe like 2. Can't read those. So Gengar and Golden-Go right off the bat. So we're going to go ahead and just protect on Torkoal, and we're going to open up with a Earthquake. I should do Headlong Rush and immediately take out the Golden-Go, or the Golden-Go. But I don't know what item it's carrying. Could be leftovers, could be Focus Sash. I think Gengar is gonna have Focus Sash, honestly. It is kind of squishy. But we'll see. It no longer has Levitate, so that's cool. No Air Balloon. So here we go. It's the Gengar that has it. Will survive with 1 HP, but Golden-Go will go down. Oh, Cursed Body is the ability for that Gengar. Neat. Shadow Ball will go into the Torkoal slot. Good call. And now Torkoal. Torkoal's in a very interesting spot, and so is Great Tusk. Great Tusk can't do anything at the moment, so we'll go ahead and use Overheat on the Gengar, and we'll swap you out for Jump Bluff. We'll swap you out for the Jump Bluff. It's probably like a terrible idea because Altaria is now on the field, but it might have been a good call. So Shadow Ball into the Torkoal slot. Won't do much, but it will do half. But now with Overheat, I will not only knock out the Gengar, but Torkoal will now leave. Giving way for a brand new Pokemon to hit the field. So now it is 4-on-2. And since Sun is now high in the sky, the 2 fastest Pokemon of my team are now in front. Whew. I don't know what that is. Garganacl. Of course it is. Of course it is. Alright, we're going to go ahead and Moonblast into that slot, and we're going to go ahead and Tailwind. I want more speed. More speed. Okay, so now they're going to Terra. Who is it? Altaria? It is. And they are normal types. Okay. All right. I'm okay with that. Here, have a Tailwind. Moonblast right into that slot. Will not get the KO, but it'll take it down considerably. Like it's not anything bad. But here goes the Roost. Now they're no longer flying, but that's okay. They weren't flying to begin with. Salt Cure will go on to the Fluttermane. So that residual dot damage is now going to be a problem for Fluttermane. But I'm going to go ahead and just hit that slot again. And what do I do? I think switching would be the best. And we'll switch. No. I'll Pollen Puff my own Fluttermane. There you go. Have some healing. Go right back up to full. Moonblast, right into that slot again. And just barely misses the KO. Roost will now take it up to half again. Salt Cure is now on Jump Left. Now I have a reason to switch out Jump Left. How's the sun turn? Okay, that dictates what I do next. Moonblast into that. Switch to the Great Tusk. Here we go. Attack was heightened. Moonblast into that slot. We'll take down the Altaria. A very interesting build, but you didn't really do anything besides Roost. Salt Cure will go into the slot. They kind of predicted that, but it is a Great Tusk. He's going to take it like a champ. So the sunlight faded. Both photosynthesis wear off, but that's okay, because that's not going to last very long. Do these guys do? I mean, they do a little bit of damage, but I'm going to give my man Great Tusk a little bit more offense. Calling back to Fluttermane. Bring out the Torkoal. Bring out the sun. Reactivate photosynthesis. And now a Headlong Rush should do the trick. And it does. Neat. And there we go. That's a pretty good game too. Alrighty, and our third match is ready to go. We've got Sylveon, Fire Tauros, that's interesting, Corviknight, Rotom Wash, Garchomp, and Meowscarada. Okay, here's a wide assortment of people that I don't like. I have options for sure. I just don't know how I should deal with them. Okay, so Garchomp could be taken down by Fluttermane. Rotom Wash could be taken down by Fluttermane. Meowscarada could be taken down by Torkoal, Great Tusk, or even Chien-Pao, depending on if it's Overgrow or Protean. Corviknight could be taken down by Torkoal and Chien-Pao because Steel and Flying. It can also be taken down by Fluttermane because of Thunderbolt into its Flying Tech. Great Tusk could take down Tauros. Sylveon, I don't really have anyone for Sylveon, it seems, so that's gonna be interesting. But we'll open up the bracket with Great Tusk, Torkoal, Fluttermane, and I think Chien-Pao might be the best. I think we'll bring in Jumpluff instead. I think Chien-Pao would have been the best, but I only have like 7 seconds to really decide what I want to do next. So it makes you think, what would be your 4? Like, and there's that question for you, and I'll ask it again. In match 3, what 4 would you brought in? So we got Garchomp, a Rotom. Cool. For the Disquake. But it could be fake Disquake. So we're going to protect here, and it's only super effective because of Rotom, but we're going to go ahead and just do the Rock Slide instead for the potential flinching. Right now, Disquake does not work against Great Tusk, and Torkoal is going to protect. I mean, Rotom could open up with the Hydro Pump. Crit on the Garchomp. Earthquake was used. Won't do a lot to the Great Tusk, unfortunately. $70 points, that's not too bad. And it is Hydro Pump, which will unfortunately knock out Great Tusk, but it's not something I could have just completely avoided altogether, to be honest. Okay. So now we're going to Helping Hand the Fluttermane, and we're going to then Dazzle Gleam that side of the field. We should knock out the Garchomp here unless they swap them out. They did not. They didn't even Terra. They didn't change anything. So either those two are Spect. Garchomp will protect. That's good. Dazzling Gleam will now go off. Will not hit the Garchomp, but will go strictly into that Rotom, which will almost get the KO. We'll eat the Citrus Berry. Yep. And Hydro Pump into the Torkoal slot, which won't get the KO. We're going to Helping Hand again and Dazzling Gleam again. Because even without Terra, I still do a lot of damage. And I outspeed almost everything on the field. The only one I'm not sure of is Garchomp, but we'll see. They will Terra the Garchomp to be ground. So are you hoping to do a little bit more damage with Earthquake? You're not Spect or choiced item, so no band, no Scarf. So I'm obviously going to go first. Rotom will now protect. Good on you. Dazzling Gleam on the Garchomp, which will get the KO. My hopes is that, or my thought process is that they were probably going to go for the 2 times Earthquake. Sent out this Pokemon. I don't know what it is. Scrata. How much do I have Sun left? 2 turns? I need to switch out Torkoal now. And we will go ahead and Terra Dazzling Gleam. They already used their Terra. They can't use any more. So right now, Meowscarada is a sitting duck, and so is Rotom. Rotom already protected. Now Meowscarada could protect here, but I'm going to Terra Fluttermane to get a little bit more of a boost in my Fairy type moves. Since I'm now losing Helping Hand, but I want to keep the Sun. So here comes Dazzling Gleam into the slots. And we'll just get the KO, but Meowscarada holds on because of Focus Sash. So that's most likely Overgrow, but I haven't seen an attack yet. We'll do Knockoff, change it to Dark type, and you knocked off my Specs. Oh, that is a terrible choice for you. Corviknight is next. That was a terrible choice. I don't know why you did that. I'm now going to Pollen Puff the Protean set, you know, Meowscarada, and I'm going to Thunderbolt the Corviknight. So there goes Meowscarada. And Corviknight's going to get a Rude Awakening because Specs is off. So here you go. Gets you down to half HP. Iron Head right into the Fluttermane, which will knock it out, unfortunately. It cannot survive a lot of hits, but that's okay. To make it survive a lot, you have to dedicate so much to HP and defense. It's not even funny. But now we'll come in with our man Torkoal. I'm gonna Pollen Puff, Torkoal, and I'm gonna Eruption. Actually, we'll just Overheat. Single target move. We don't need to Eruption, we'll just single target Overheat. You can't get rid of Torkoal. You'll Roost to get about 90%? About 90%. Here comes the Overheat, but I will miss. Oh, I missed. Okay, we'll go ahead and skip the Corviknight. I don't think. Nope. Okay, good. I didn't know if Mirror Coat would bounce it back because it does technically work on stat reducing moves. But it'll sleep. And here comes Overheat. Super effective damage goes down the Corviknight. Not bad for a match 3. Holy crap. I thought it was going to be going the other way, actually. Alrighty, and the next match is up and ready to go. We are looking at a Dodonzo, Tatsugiri, Dragonite, Iron Bundle, Grimmsnarl, and Amoonguss. So, Sushi build for sure. Maybe Terra Flying or Terra Normal Dragonite. Iron Bundle, who is incredibly fast because, you know, fast Pokemon, it does fast things. Grimmsnarl, good. Barrier supporter, fake out user, Spirit Breaker. No one uses Parting Shot though. I don't know why. That's a really good move. It switches you out and lowers your opponent like one stage in both attack and special attack, which in today's meta is fantastic. All we have is Intimidators and then obviously Amoonguss. So, okay. So we are a little worried about the Dodonzo stuff, but we're going to walk in with Fluttermane and Torkoal first. Qian Pao for the Dragonite and the Grimmsnarl, as well as the Amoonguss. How do I deal with Tatsugiri? How do I deal with Tatsugiri and Dodonzo? I mean, Fluttermane could do with it. Maybe Jumpluff? Maybe Jumpluff could, you know, shed some skin here. He doesn't have a Tailwinder, so that's interesting. Yeah, we'll bring in Jumpluff. I'm not confident enough to where Great Tusk is going to be able to take out the team like comfortably, so it's going to really seem tough at first. But we'll see. We shall see. I can't read those. Dragonite and Grimmsnarl. Okay. So we're gonna protect. Well, I could Eruption to break the scale. Oh, I could also Overheat. Because the only thing that right now Grimmsnarl can fake me out. I think I'll do that because I know that he can fake me out. And then we'll go into Moonblast to one-hit Grimmsnarl. Because I don't know what the Dragonite's going to do. I mean, he could Terra, but if it's Terra normal, that's not going to really do anything to Fluttermane on that side. Multi-scale is a thing unless they use Inner Focus, which I kind of like it that people are using it, but at the same time, I'm like, really? Don't get me wrong, I love Inner Focus. Well, the one shot into Grimmsnarl will knock it out, face plant it into the floor. Dragonite will now Rock Slide. Defended against the Torkoal, and will hit the Fluttermane about 2/3. But I already went first, so I don't have to worry about that. Obviously, it was to prevent Torkoal from doing anything. What's your next Pokemon? So back onto my my food for thought, right? Inner Focus for Dragonite. I like it. Not being able to get flinched, not able to get intimidated and stuff like that. That's really good. But you lose out on the key feature of Dragonite, which is multi-scale. You take 1/4 of the damage your first hit and can be revitalized with Pokemon using Heal Pulse and Pollen Puff. It's just like Focus Sash. If you go back up to 100% in HP, the item rearms itself. The abilities rearm themselves. So, well, probably not Focus Sash. I'll have to do testing on that, but I think that's how it works. Okay, so Dodonzo is here, which means Tatsugiri is in the back, and which means that this could possibly mean that they're gonna switch. So I'm gonna Helping Hand, no. I'm gonna overheat into the Dodonzo. Oh, I'm locked into that slot. Never mind. Dragonite is gonna hit before Torkoal. Helping Hand, the Fluttermane. What do I do? What do I do? Can't. Overheat and Moonblast. I didn't have very much time. So Moonblast right into the Dodonzo slot is going to do 80%. Rock Slide from the Dragonite will unfortunately knock out the Fluttermane because that's a critical hit. We'll do a little bit of damage to the Torkoal. Now does Torkoal flinch? Oh, Dodonzo uses Order Up. Does a little bit of damage, but does the Torkoal flinch? And he does not, but he misses the attack anyway. Dang it. No. And Dodonzo recovers a little bit of HP due to leftovers. Okay. We'll do this now. Chan Pao, come on out, have some fun. Protect on the Torkoal. Well, Ice Spinner, actually. I will take some damage. But the Dragonite seems to be locked into Rock Slide. It isn't doing anything else but clicking Rock Slide. Is it Scarfed? I mean, it's not hitting for a lot. It's doing damage, but it's not hitting for a lot. But if Dodonzo goes down, Tatsugiri is the only one that's in the back doing nothing. So he has to switch right now to get Tatsugiri out, because otherwise Dodonzo's in a terrible spot. Torkoal will protect. I will now use Sacred Sword on the Dodonzo, knock him out. Here comes the Rock Slide. Won't hit Torkoal. We'll do a lot of damage to Chan Pao. Oh, not as much as I thought. Actually, that's pretty good. Not as much as I thought. But what's your fourth? What's your fourth and final Pokemon? You're thinking really hard. Do not adjust your screens. This is as real as it can be. They are thinking. They sent out that guy, which is the Tatsugiri. Kind of saw that happen. Okay. We're going to swap out Torkoal, because I believe I only have a couple more turns. Yep, couple more turns of Sun. Switching out Torkoal to bring out Jump Bluff. And we're going to protect Chan Pao. I just realized. Oh, never mind. I had thought I had misplaced my back scratcher. This is a really interesting match 4. What are they going to do now? Maybe they were hoping that I would give them a free switch into Tatsugiri, but why would you ever not like immediately swap out of Dragonite to bring in Tatsugiri? Maybe it's because I did too much damage. Maybe that's it. Muddy Water into the Jump Bluff won't do a whole lot of damage. Chan Pao protected itself. It was the crit as well, and Rock Slide will now miss the Chan Pao due to the protect, but will hit the Jump Bluff for a lot of damage. A lot more damage than I wanted. But I will Sleep Powder the... the Dragonite so that Rock Slide doesn't hit us anymore. It could. I'm really hoping that it's scarfed or specced, choice itemed. It could be Lumberry or it could be safety goggles, and they're just literally clicking Rock Slide for reasons beyond me. But I'm going to Terra Water the Jumpluff to take less damage from both attacks. And hopefully that's going to be it. But I'm hoping that the Sleep Powder comes in really, really handy now. Because I wouldn't give it to Qian Pao. Qian Pao using Terra Flying would be a terrible idea. But I can't deal. Oh, Sleep Powder goes off on the Dragonite, and what is it? Well, asleep. No Lumberry, no goggles. I think that is an item. Tatsugiri will survive with 1 HP due to the Focus Sash. We'll exit or we'll use Muddy Water. Jumpluff avoided the attack. Qian Pao will get hit by the attack. And Dragonite is asleep. And the sunlight faded. I'll Pollen Puff the Qian Pao to give us a little bit more HP back. And I will Ice Spinner into the Tatsugiri. Tatsugiri is like, what? It's like the rock stare as it just like looks at you. All right, what are you gonna do? Tatsugiri is probably a choice item as well into Muddy Water. Again, I'm not, well, no, it can't be. Use Focus Sash. Duh, I just saw that. So it's not scarfed, not choice item in any way. I don't know what the Dragonite's running. It could be Assault Vest and they're just not using anything else. I mean, that could be it. And if that's the case, that's a really bulky Pokemon. But yeah, we're gonna Pollen Puff Qian Pao, get back up our HP. Back up to the green. I love that. Dragonite is gonna have a nap still. Let's do, I mean, we don't need to do Tailwind, honestly. I'll swap to Torkoal. Yeah, I'll swap to Torkoal. And I will Ice Spinner into the Sleeping Dragonite. And Rock Slide still does a lot to Torkoal. And if it knocks him out, I'm not heartbroken, I guess. I mean, at this point, Torkoal has served his time. Like, these two literally outspeeds everyone that he has now, which is the only thing is Dragonite. But I also don't want Jumpluff to fall, because Sleep Powder is detrimental right now. Ice Spinner into the Dragonite. Is it multi-scale? It is not multi-scale. That is 100% Oko. That was an inner focus. And we picked up the dubs. All right, our fifth and final match is ready to go. We've got Orthworm, Gyarados, Goldengo, Dragonite, Glimmora, and Garganacl. Oh boy. Who do we bring into this party? I do have answers for almost everything on the field. I just don't know how I'm supposed to deal with it. Okay, so Orthworm is more supporter for Shed Tail to get, you know, the main attackers. A substitute, really, without dropping any stats, and then them having like an Earthquake or two to heal up Orthworm. So that's interesting. I mean, I do have an answer for Garganacl. That's not that big of a deal. I just gotta read properly. I think we're gonna get set up with our Torkoal Great Tusk in the event that we have to fight Glimmora, Goldengo, or even Garganacl, but I do have to be careful with that. We'll bring in Fluttermane for Goldengo, Gyarados, as well as Dragonite, and I think Jumpluff just to kind of hang in the back to switch in for the off moves. Like, yeah, it is still flying, but sleeping people is also very, very good. So we'll see. Gyarados and Glimmora. It's going to drop my stats, which Torkoal is going to benefit greatly from. So Intimidate goes out. It's unfortunate that Great Tusk does get a -1, but at the same time, I'm not upset at that whatsoever. Because now Great Tusk gets a 30% boost in its attack. Torkoal gets to go back because the fact that Intimidate was out there first. And I can either put a lot of pressure immediately with Flutter Mane or use Jumpluff and get Tailwind off and start sleeping people. And I think sleeping people is a lot more beneficial. I mean, I could one-shot the Gyarados, I think, but I don't want to. I'm just going to sleep the Gyarados, and I'm going to Headlong Rush into the Glimmora. Now, you could switch out Glimmora to be like a Dragonite, to be Garganacl, could be anything under the sun, right? All right, next, Terra is going to be for the Glimmora. Are you Grass? Yes, you are. Good call, because Headlong Rush is not going to do as much damage, and I've still spread the Toxic Debris. But the thing that I wanted to prevent also did happen. So Sleep Powder will go into the Gyarados and will miss due to safety goggles. Energy Ball will go into the Great Tusk. And that wasn't a Toxic Debris, by the way, because that was a direct hit. So it didn't spread. But Taunt will now go into the Jumpluff. I mean, I'm okay with it. He can be taunted. So now I'll bring out the Flutter Mane. Speed was heightened. I'll jump or Pollen Puff the Glimmora. And I will Terra Thunderbolt into the Gyarados. Glimmora was withdrew. Sent out Dragonite. Good call. Ooh, shiny Dragonite. Their Terra is Glimmora minus Flutter Mane. Mine's Terra Fairy. To get rid of the Power Gem, you know, trouble. But I will Pollen Puff Dragonite to pop the multi-scale. Doesn't do a whole lot of damage, but that's what it's for. Right into the Gyarados, which will knock it right out. Get out of here, Gyarados. So now Golden Go comes out. Retreat. Jumpluff for Torkoal. And we will now Thunderbolts into... I mean, can I? Oh, I can't. Okay. Well... Dang. Thunderbolt to the Dragonite. Why not? Jumpluff, come back. Bring out the Torkoal. Take less damage from 2 of the Pokemon. Withdrew the Dragonite to bring out the Glimmora. Okay. Thunderbolt into that Glimmora spot to do a quarter, not very much, but Make It Rain will then come out and will do a lot of damage to the Flutter Mane. But not very effective against the Torkoal. Golden Go's special attack will drop 1 stage. And while Flutter Mane leaves the field unhappy because it got hit in the face with a bunch of, you know, Steel type moves, Jumpluff comes back out and is no longer taunted. And I will go ahead and do a supersized oh, what do I do here? Let's do Eruption. Yes, let's do Eruption. And we will Tailwind the team. Withdrew Golden Go. That's interesting. Okay. Maybe I should have protected first. I'm not sure. Protect and then do the Tailwind. If they go for Torkoal, I think he gets knocked out with Power Gem. And they did. And he does get knocked out. And that, ladies and gents, is going to be our last stand. I could sleep the Dragonite, but the Glimmora has free reign of attacking me. So we'll go ahead and get that into like fruition here. Extreme Speed into that slot, which is cool. Sleep Powder goes into that slot, which is probably working with the Lumberry. It is not a Lumberry, but Power Gem will come in and we'll take out the Jump Love. Power Gem is the thing, man. And that'll be it for the matches for today. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that'll be it for today's matches. I hope that you've liked the show so far. The one thing that I noticed after match 4 was that I had won 4 games in a row. I thought that was pretty amazing, and I'm glad to have met the person at the end to then humble me to make it 4-1. Still, 60 games in, we're 25 wins, 35 losses, and we are just about to hit the 11,000 people mark. We ended yesterday in the 10,000s, but I'm at work, I can't play, so there's that. But we did have a really good win streak all the way up until now, and the team is feeling very, very good, and I'm now I want to say very proficient with running the team. I still can make mistakes on how to do things. Like that last match, I should have protected with Torkoal instead of, using Eruption. I think that I might have survived one more turn if that was the case. But I also didn't expect, Great Tusk to just get one shot right off the bat. So there's also that. But whatever the case may be, I want to thank you guys for watching. And if you guys like what you guys saw today, hit the like button. It definitely helps out the channel. And if you didn't like it, go ahead and dislike it. It lets me know maybe I should be doing something a little bit different. Leave a comment down below. I asked the question in match 3, who would have been your 4 people to bring in? And you can even equate it to match 5. What would your 4 Pokemon would be? Do you guys have any suggestions on how to change the team? Or if you just want to leave a comment to just say that you like my videos, that's perfectly fine too. You guys can hit the subscribe button as well. That helps out the channel. We're going to try to hit 1,000 by the end of the year. So hopefully we can get to that. It's 6 months still, so thumbs up if you guys want to. You can hit the bell if you want. I will release content at least for the rest of the month, 5 days a week, so Monday through Friday. Do need a little bit more of a break, and like I said, we're working on a podcast, my friends and I, so hopefully I'll have more details for you on the release date. I do have a name, but we're gonna save it till later, and like I said, it's bi-weekly, so 1 podcast every other week. But if we get a little bit more free time, we'll start filming it more so that you guys have something to listen to. Other than that, that's all that I've got, and I want to thank you guys for watching once again. Have a great day. It's Thursday. I'll see you guys tomorrow for Friday, last day of the work week for most of us. If you work in retail, I'm sorry, but I wish that you guys have a great day. So until then, have a good one. I'll see you tomorrow.